I do want to thank you both for being here. This is an important part of the examination that we have. Commissioner Hewlett, your report states that the Federal Reserve was the leading regulator on interest rate risk due to its expertise. Your November of 2022 supervisory letter concluded that SVB's interest rate risk simulations were not reliable. Did you or the Fed identify concerns with interest rate risk prior to November of 2022, or was that the first time that it was officially raised?
Liquidity risks were identified in 2021 in a November supervisory letter. In May 31st of 2022, corporate governance deficiencies were identified, as well as you have noted, in November. But in August 17th, 2022, there were numerous MRAs and MRIs noted, and in addition, Silicon Valley Bank board management was notified that a MOU would be initiated.
So just to be clear, you're saying that in November of 21, there was official notification from the Federal Reserve about their concerns with interest rate risk mitigation.
It was more of liquidity risk management we found to be deficient.
So not necessarily tied to the interest rate risk.
Yes, the interest rates were not identified until the LFB, the Large Foreign Bank Organization team, began their review, and that was noted in the November 15th, 2022 letter.
I will note that in testimony earlier today, the former head of SVB said that there had not been any of the interest rate risk brought up officially or informally by the Fed until that November of 2022. During the 2021 and 2022 examination cycles, DFPI collaborated with the Federal Reserve of San Francisco on 10 out of the 16 targeted exams. Aside from the horizontal reviews, DFPI did not participate in the liquidity review, a capital review, and model risk management review. Why wouldn't a state regulator, I'm a former state legislator myself, why wouldn't a state regulator want to participate in a liquidity review on one of its largest state chartered banks?
We had two examiners that were assigned full-time. There was a decision based upon the fact that the federal regulators had 20 highly trained examiners at that time were in the best position to conduct the review, but we worked in consensus, in collaboration, and agreed with the results.
But that was your decision? Or did the Fed say, hey, we have the expertise, let us handle this?
That was the decision that was made by DFPI.
Okay. And then you had this supervisory letter in August of 2022. The letter explained regulators' plans to initiate an informal enforcement action in the form of a memorandum of understanding, an MOU, with the bank. However, as of March of 2023, the failure of SVB, the MOU is still in the drafting process. What was DFPI's role in drafting the MOU, and was it primarily the Fed, or was it you driving that MOU that had been in draft form for 6 months?
We worked in collaboration with our federal partners in the drafting of the MOU. However, there was a consensus decision that was made by DFPI in working with our federal partners to wait for the MOU until after the liquidity risk and horizontal review was completed. we could have and should have, looking back in hindsight, issued an MOU in August of 2022 when we had noted numerous deficiencies and had indicated that there were numerous MRAs and MRIAs open.
My time has expired, and we will be following up in writing because I'd like to unpack more of that particular issue as to why that was not done.